Get ready to dive into the circuits and gears of one of the most curious and controversial adaptations of the late 90s that tried to bring a cartoon icon to reality. We will dissect whether the mix of physical comedy, exaggerated special effects, and a clumsy protagonist managed to honor the animation legacy or just rusted over time. Discover the production secrets and crucial differences that marked this Disney cinematic work released in 1999. Hey clickers, subscribe with the bell activated. Comment on the content you want to see on the channel, share this video to help us grow, and leave your hype. This helps us so much. The movie Inspector Gadget, officially released in theaters in the United States on July 23, 1999, presents a live-action approach to the famous animated series that conquered children in the 80s. The plot revolves around John Brown, a humble and dreaming security guard who works at the robotics laboratories of the Bradford Company in Riverton, Ohio. He lives with his niece Penny and the dog Brain and nurtures an intense desire to become an official police officer to protect the city and impress the scientist Brenda Bradford, with whom he is in love. The narrative takes a drastic turn when the evil tycoon Sanford Skolex invades the laboratory to steal the advanced robotics technology developed by Brenda's father, Dr. Artemis Bradford. During the robbery, Dr. Artemis is assassinated, and John Brown tries to intervene heroically in a car chase, but ends up suffering an explosive accident caused by Skolex. The villain also does not escape unharmed, as his hand is crushed during the escape, which defines his future as the classic antagonist. After the incident, Brenda decides to use the severely injured body of John Brown as the ideal guinea pig for the Gadget project, an initiative that aims to create a police officer of the future integrating man and machine. The protagonist wakes up transformed into Inspector Gadget, equipped with over 14,000 useful devices implanted in his body. These gadgets include spring legs, extendable arms, a helicopter that comes out of his hat, and several other tools that are triggered by the command, "Go, go, Gadget." However, the control of these abilities is not immediate, and much of the humor of the film derives from John Brown's ineptitude in mastering his new cybernetic body, which generates chaotic situations and accidental destruction of public and private property during his initial training and missions. While the inspector tries to adapt to his new reality, the villain Sanford Skolex adopts the nickname Dr. Claw after replacing his lost hand with a threatening mechanical prosthesis. Unlike the cartoon, where Dr. Claw's face is never revealed, keeping an air of absolute mystery, the movie opts to show the actor Rupert Everett all the time, humanizing the villain and giving him a narcissistic and sarcastic personality. This creative decision was one of the points most criticized by purist fans of the original work, as it removes the enigmatic element that was central to the character's threat in the animation. Dr. Claw's plan involves stealing the remaining technology from the Gadget project to create an army of androids loyal to him and dominate the world, starting with the destruction of the reputation of the new hero of the city. One of the main obstacles that Inspector Gadget faces is not only the external villain, but his own naivety and lack of investigative competence. Just like in the animated series, the one who really solves the mysteries and connects the clues is his niece Penny, with the help of the dog Brain, who possesses intelligence above average. The movie maintains this dynamic, although it gives John Brown a little more emotional agency, focusing on his kind heart and genuine desire to do good. Another iconic element introduced is the Gadget Mobile, a convertible car with artificial intelligence and its own personality that serves as a partner and constant comic relief, questioning the inspector's attitudes and offering unsolicited advice during chases through the streets of Riverton. The turning point in the story happens when Dr. Claw invades the laboratory and steals Inspector Gadget's foot while he sleeps to analyze the technology. With this information, the villain builds Robo-Gadget, a dark and visually more threatening version of the protagonist, designed to cause chaos in the city and incriminate the original hero. Robo-Gadget possesses heavy weaponry and does not have the moral restrictions of John Brown. He begins to terrorize the population, which leads the police and public opinion to turn against the real inspector, who is forced to hide and act outside the law to clear his name and save Brenda, who ends up being kidnapped by Dr. Claw. The final battle takes place on the main bridge of the city, and in the villain's lair. The confrontation between Inspector Gadget and his evil counterpart Robo-Gadget is the climax of the action of the movie. John Brown needs to use not only his brute force, but also his creativity and Penny's help to overcome the superior machine. During the fight, the inspector discovers that what makes him a true hero are not the technological devices in his body, but his human soul and his determination. After defeating the evil clone, deactivating him in a comical way, he leaves to save Brenda, who is about to be killed by Dr. Claw in a helicopter. Using his helicopter hat, the inspector performs an aerial rescue and manages to arrest the villain, ending the reign of terror of Sanford Skolex. It is important to analyze the impact and reception that the movie had upon its release. Produced with an estimated budget of $75 million, the feature film grossed about $134 million worldwide, which was considered a moderate performance but not the resounding success that Disney expected. Specialized critics were harsh, pointing out the excess of cartoonish sound effects, the exaggerated acting of Matthew Broderick, and the weak script as negative points. Many felt that the movie tried too hard to please children with slapstick humor and forgot to build a cohesive narrative. However, for a generation of children who grew up in the late 90s, the movie holds an undeniable nostalgic value, being frequently remembered for broadcasts on open television and for the colorful and futuristic visual that tried to emulate the aesthetics of comics and cartoons of the time. Another relevant aspect is the change in tone regarding the original work. The cartoon had a greater focus on international espionage and travel around the world, while the movie of 1999 is contained in the fictional city of Riverton, making the scale of the threat more local. Furthermore, the technology presented in the movie reflects the vision of the future of the end of the millennium, where robotics and artificial intelligence were viewed with a mix of admiration and fear. The Gadget mobile, for example, anticipates concepts of autonomous cars and virtual assistants that became common decades later, although presented there in a satirical way. Despite the negative reviews, the movie generated licensed products and kept the brand alive in the public's mind. It also paved the way for a sequel, released directly to video in the year 2003, titled Inspector Gadget 2, which featured a totally different cast, replacing Matthew Broderick with French Stewart. This sequel tried to be more faithful to the original cartoon, including keeping Dr. Claw's face hidden most of the time, addressing fan complaints about the first movie. However, the version of 1999 remains the most ambitious and highest budget attempt to translate the universe of the Bionic Detective to live-action cinema. When revisiting this work today, we realize that it is a product of its time, encapsulating the aesthetics and style of making movies for the Disney family at the turn of the millennium. Rupert Everett's performance as Dr. Claw, although controversial, is often cited as one of the entertainment high points of the movie due to his exaggerated villainous charisma. The relationship between John Brown and Penny is also a focal point, showing the importance of family and mutual trust. The movie reminds us that technology, however advanced it may be, is just a tool, and that true power lies in the intention of whoever uses it. Whether for childhood memories or cinematic curiosity, the story of the security guard who turned into a crime-fighting machine continues to be an interesting piece of pop culture. Now that you have remembered all the gears and confusion of this classic adventure, we want to know your sincere opinion. Did you watch this movie at the time of release, or did you get to know it later in television reruns? Do you think it deserves a new chance, or do you believe that certain works should remain only in animation? Leave your comment below with your favorite scene or that gadget you always dreamed of having. Do not forget to click the like button if this content brought back good memories or new information for you. Share this video with that friend who loved to imitate the Go-Go Gadget at school, and let us see who remembers more details of this production. Your interaction is the fuel that keeps our channel running at full steam. Subscribe so you do not miss our next detailed analyses and dives into pop culture. Thanks.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards